right, and we're live. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. My name is Abby, and I am passionate about helping women in senior leadership build credibility in their authority. And what I'm going to talk about today is something that I recently just experienced right now. And I thought, you know what better way than to share this? And that's the feeling of feeling like an imposter or having an imposter syndrome before you do something. And literally before I started this video, I paused for 30 minutes, you guys. I turned on my camera and I was sitting on my phone for 30 minutes deliberating whether to do this video or not. And I almost didn't do it. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. This is exactly the thing that I want to share that I'm actually experiencing right now. So you know what? Let's do it. So whether you are just starting or you're stepping into a leadership role, whether you just got promoted, one of the things that I tend to see with women is that when we experience something like that, get a promotion, especially into a leadership role, we start to feel like we're not good enough and we don't belong where we just got promoted to. Now, obviously that's not true, right? But the brain works in so many mysterious ways. And what we tend to see is that, or what tends to happen is that we overly prepare, overly compensate, we overdo it just to prove that you belong where you are. Has anybody experienced that? In my case, it was hesitating for 30 minutes before starting a video. And it's not because I didn't have what to say, it was my brain doing its thing. And so the problem with allowing imposter syndrome dictate how you show up, especially when you are someone in a leadership role, the problem with that is that it undermines your credibility. So let's say, for example, you're in a meeting and you're presenting your team's ideas or you're presenting a topic to the people in the meeting. When you have imposter syndrome, you may find yourself softening your language, saying things like, I might be wrong, but sorry, just to add this, overly apologizing before you say something. The problem with doing that is that you dilute what you're about to say. So when you say, sorry, just to add this, I could be wrong. I'm not sure. What is happening to people's brains is that whatever you say after that, it's diluted. They don't believe what you're saying. They don't fully believe what you're saying. You don't come across as confident because you literally just told them that you're not. And oftentimes, one of the major causes is feeling like an imposter, feeling like you don't belong, feeling like you're not good enough for where you are today. Not feeling that you're worthy of being where you are today. I actually had another message. I had another message for you guys, but I'm so happy I'm talking about this. So if you are a leader in a corporate world, one of the key things, again, you might be wondering, why is it that, I'm a director, yet people don't respect me? Why is it that I just got promoted to a leadership role and yet nobody takes me seriously? One of the reasons could be that because you don't see yourself as being worthy of being in that role. So therefore, you're doing things where people may start to doubt the fact that you should be there. And again, like I said, it undermines your credibility. So the question is, what do you do? And one of the things that I tell women, especially when you step into a leadership role, it's not so much about projecting confidence as it is about building your, what I call, internal authority. So what made me do this video, like I literally just hit start, was that my brain was going into, are you sure you want to talk about this? Blah, blah, blah. So I pressed start. And if you notice, when I came on camera, I started talking. And the reason I started talking is because I know that when I start talking to you guys about a specific topic, my brain settles in because I know what I'm saying, and eventually it relaxes. And the reason that happens is because I know what I'm saying. And so that ties back to internal authority. When you believe what you're saying, when you know who you are, and you understand that you deserve to be where you are, you show up a certain way. And when people step into your field, what that reads or what they feel is a certain level of, what was it, calm confidence. And what you notice with that is that they will start to respect the things that you're bringing to the table, and they will start to take you seriously regardless of your title. So the key thing about building in internal authority, this is a whole thing, but I'll talk about it in subsequent videos, is understanding, first of all, that your thoughts, your values, and your behaviors, they all align. So when you are, let's say you're in a meeting and you want to talk about or bring an idea, they're talking about something in the meeting, you're not, oh, I'm sorry first, can I speak? You're not coming across like that, because you deserve to be there. You have something useful to say. You're not worrying about whether this person likes you or not, because that's not your focus. Your focus is, I've got something to say. Here is it. And that comes from a very, very strong and anchored internal authority. And when you have that, that is what causes people's brains to read you as someone that is credible, someone that believes what she's saying, someone that should be respected. Okay, so I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. Over the course of the following subsequent weeks, I am creating a tool that's going to help if you're someone that is just stepping into a leadership role. So whether you just became a director or a VP and you're looking to understand where you're undermining your leadership authority. So you're finding that people don't take you seriously when you talk, people talk over you, people don't respect you, and you're struggling with your role right now. I'm building something that's going to help you understand where it is that you may be leaking credibility in your role. But other than that, I hope you ladies enjoyed this video, and I will see you in subsequent ones. Bye now.